I have your attention. The show starts in 3, 2, 1. This is the FLA Trash Talker Podcast with JG, Toby, Wally, and Keith. The following program is 4 guys talking shit about the happenings in the world. The show is meant to be comedic and informative. The opinions on this podcast is for entertainment purposes only and do not reflect the beliefs or opinions of the cast, their peers, friends, family, or co-workers. This show may contain strong and crude language for the sake of entertainment. If you are under 18, please get permission from your parents to watch and listen. If you are offended by the contents of this podcast, please do not watch or listen. You can follow us on YouTube and Instagram. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button.
Please do not sue us or fire us.
And now, it's time for the show.
And that's right, everyone. It is time for the show. We are the FLA Trash Talker Podcast. We are a weekly YouTube podcast, and we talk trash about anything and everything. If you're watching live right now, thanks for hanging out with us. If this is your first time joining us, thank you, and welcome. We want more people watching us, so tell your friends. I'm JG. We have lots to talk about today, but before we get started, we're live every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. right here on YouTube. You can check out all of our shows by joining us on YouTube, or not joining us because you're joining us now. What I meant to say is checking us out on YouTube by searching for the FLA Trash Talker Podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and tell a friend. You can chime in on tonight's show just by chatting with us on the YouTube chat, and we will chat right back with you. Looks like most of us are here. What's going on? Wally, who's having some technical difficulties. All right, what's going on, Keith?
What's up, y'all? Happy Wednesday, man. Thank you for joining us. I can't think of no other way of spending your Wednesday evening than hanging out with us.
I agree with that 100%. Wally, you're on mute if you are trying to talk to us, but I agree with you 100% there, Keith. Why would you watch TV? Or why don't you just binge the FLA Trash Talker Podcast? That's what I think you should do.
Wally coming on.
I think so, Wally. Oh, no, we almost had him.
Shoot, it was jump started.
All right, but we can still hear you, Wally, so go ahead and introduce yourself. What's going on, Wally?
Nothing. Just one of those days, man, trying to figure this shit out. I hope you enjoy this chaotic show today and have a good evening with us as we talk about a bunch of bullshit.
That's what we're going to talk about. All right, so I had an interesting afternoon. I had something else lined up to talk about, but man, I got this weird phone call from my son's school, and they tell me, man, you got to come over here right away. And I'm like, what's going on? I'm freaking out. And they said, your son got hurt at school. I said, doing what? And he said, at PE. I said, okay, PE, all right, they're probably playing football or something like that. All right, so what happened? He says, well, he was walking in line, and he tripped over another kid, and he fell down. I said, I'm picking up my son because he tripped over another kid? What's going on here? He goes, yeah, but his ankle's pretty swollen. So I get to the school and find that his ankle is super, super swollen. I'm like, oh, man, this thing might be broken. So I take him to the emergency room and spend most of the afternoon in the emergency room. They take x-rays. They do the whole 9 yards to find out it's just a sprain. He's on crutches. He's got a soft cast and hopping around, and he thinks it's the coolest thing in the world. But my son is okay, for anybody that's out there wondering. But it was a little bit of a crazy afternoon. Glad we got through that.
How old is he?
He is 13 years old. 13 years old.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He need to get crutches?
He got the little crutches, yeah.
He going to school with crutches tomorrow?
He's going to school with crutches, so you know he's going to milk that.
Oh, my God. That is when you realize what girls like you when you get hurt at school.
Oh, you're hurt. You're hurt.
That is when he will learn a lot about life.
Oh, he will. He will. Them girls are gonna be all over him tomorrow. And I think so my son is one of these guys where he's a milker. He needs to have if he gets a little paper cut, he's gonna have a Band-Aid on, and he's gonna milk that Band-Aid for as long as he possibly can. So now he has crutches and a soft cast. This thing's gonna go on for 6 months before he should be off these things by Friday, Saturday, but he's going to milk this thing as long as he can.
soft cast. That's like that boot.
Yeah, it's kind of like a boot. It's kind of pretty cool. It's two pieces of plastic, and on the inside, it's kind of a bunch of air in there. And
you pump it up.
You pump it up, and then you kind of compress the area to keep it from swelling. So it's actually pretty freaking cool. I didn't even know they had such a thing.
Yeah, he's gonna come back. He can't sign that. It's gonna be hard to sign that, but it's gonna be signatures on them crutches, baby.
Oh, there's gonna be signatures. He's gonna be coming home with phone numbers. I'm not gonna know what to do with this kid anymore.
Get well.
Phone numbers. He's already talking about when we were leaving the hospital. He's like, where them hoes at? That's what he told me when we were walking out of the.
I remember
click.
When I was in high school, I did some funny shit. When I was in either 10th or 11th grade, I want to say my junior year, kid, I didn't really grow up with him, but I knew him really well. We went to school from junior high all the way through graduation. And
right.
He always had just a regular gold chain but it had a big cross on it. You know, that was his shit.
Okay.
He was walking across the PE field, because I don't know if you remember where the old Miami Northwestern used to be, but the PE field was the old school, not the new school. The old school used to be right across the street from the projects. So you cut through the PE field and then come out the gate, and you're in the projects. So there was some guys waiting on him. They knew his routine, and they went to snatch his chain. He went to fight back, and he shot him in the leg.
Really?
Everybody was worried about him. He missed school for about a week. Man, he came back with crutches and shit. He told me, he said, man, that shit changed my life. He said, man, I got so much ass.
it didn't change his life in a manner that we thought might have, like, oh man, I got shot in the leg. No. He got a bunch of girls, and that's what it was.
He told me I got so much ass because everybody was so sympathetic. about me getting shot.
You know what they say? They say that girls dig scars. You know what I mean? They love that kind of stuff. They love it. So yeah, that was my afternoon today. Wasn't expecting that. I was expecting to be sitting here preparing for a podcast. So I got a little preparation done today, but we're gonna get through it. We're gonna ride through this hour and a half, whatever we got going on, the best we can. We'll make this one of the best shows. Wally is still trying to get his camera on. You still there with us, right, Wally?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
All right.
But I can tell from the distance in his voice, he's working very diligently to get this shit fixed too.
Yeah, he has his mic off. He has off to the side. He's like, I'm making this thing work.
I'm trying, man. I'm trying.
That's all we want, dog. That's, you know what I'm saying? A for effort, dog.
That's it. It's the thought that counts, that you want to be here with us. I love it. So on Monday, the AWS services went down. Did you guys hear about this? It went down. The entire internet went down.
Fuck my whole day up.
Most people, their day got ruined because of this. It was only a 4-hour disruption, but the ripple effect took all day to get everything back online. Does anybody know what AWS stands for?
Amazon, right? Amazon Web Service.
That's exactly what it is. Amazon Web Services. What it is, it's a cloud, right? It's a cloud that businesses and devices, they all put their stuff into, right? It's a cloud. And if that goes down, everything goes down.
So does Jeff Bezos own that also?
I would assume he does. Damn. I mean, I don't know if he does. I didn't look that up.
Yeah, of course. Anything with Amazon.
Amazon, right.
But
the only reason I knew what was going on, because I was freaking out. Because none of my apps was working. And I'm not the type that check my bank account 20 times a day, but I really had to Zelle some money to somebody. And
you couldn't get on.
I couldn't get on.
Yeah, you couldn't get onto your bank account. I just think about, like, we're worried about our bank account, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about all these other devices that are connected to the internet. Like, there's people that have their phones, their alarm clocks, their beds. There were stories of people's beds stuck in the down position or the recline position. Couches
really?
Stuck. Yes. The Amazon Ring wasn't working. People were in disarray because the Amazon went down. So my question is how is it possible that we can have majority of the country's, technology on this one huge server. And if it goes down, everything goes down. The banks, the apps, the devices, the phones, everything goes down. How is that possible? Why is there no fail-safe? Why is there no, hey, there's multiple options here. Okay, I'm going to put some of it into Amazon. I'm going to put some of it over here. I'm going to put some of it over there. So if there is an outage over here, I can still manage my business over here. How's that?
I think it was a life lesson learned. So I think it's going to be a business opportunity for other tech billionaires to open up their own web service, and so that everybody won't be on the same service. Because it seems to me 75% of America was on that motherfucker.
Yes, that's what's somewhere in that ballpark. 75% of America was on that, and it was down. I mean, my wife couldn't even do her job.
Everybody I know, even at our job, I don't know if y'all knew it, but even at our job, some of our systems, it wasn't affected.
Oh yeah,
but it was slow.
I got the email. I got the email saying the AWS systems are down and we can't work.
Even at our job, we work for a major corporation,
multi-billion-dollar company.
And you would think that we would have our own web service. We own every fucking thing else that we use.
Yeah. But no, not this. They said, let's put all of our stuff on Amazon and let's see how it rolls. You know what I mean?
AT&T, a lot of people don't know this, but there's a lot of major companies that was affected, like AT&T. AT&T is the major telephone provider around the world, and they were down.
Yes. Oh, that was a few months ago. Is that what you're referring to?
No, they were down Monday also.
Oh, they were. I didn't know that. I'm not on AT&T, so I didn't know that.
The phone service was working, but if you wanted to log in to like check your account, pay your bill, if you went into the stores to do anything, they was shut the fuck down. Now the telephone, the telephone tower was working, but any of that internet stuff wasn't working.
Well, I can only imagine what the kids were dealing with. They couldn't get on the TikToks. They couldn't get on the Insta Snaps. They couldn't do any of that stuff. The kids must have been losing their mind. The TikTokies.
I play dominoes online. I am a huge domino player online. That's my go-to. I don't do tiki-taki. I don't do what they call it, social media. I probably play dominoes.
When y'all say that, are y'all making fun of TikTok?
Yes.
TikTok, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, are y'all saying that on purpose, or y'all trying?
Yes, that's what I call it, tiki-taki.
The tiki-takis.
So yeah, I couldn't log on. I shouldn't be saying this because there's people that work for us that work with us that could change my career path that listen to our show. But when the meetings get boring, I'll pull out my damn phone and start playing dominoes. So I say, something's wrong. My dominoes not working. What's going on?
I guess I got to pay attention to this stupid meeting. So the site, some of the sites that were down were Amazon, Apple Music, AT&T. Oh, I'm seeing it right now. Blink Security, Fortune, Life 360, Lyft, McDonald's. What is McDonald's doing in the cloud? McDonald's is down. Ring. So people coming to your front door, you had no idea. Roblox, Roku, Snapchat, Starbucks. Oh, YouTube. Good thing we didn't do our show on Monday.
Oh my God. My Roku was down because every TV in my house, except for my living room, we use Roku service for it, right? It's a Roku TV or whatever. We couldn't watch shit. Not on Roku. We had to log into other apps, but the Roku that power everything on the TV was down.
Right. Yeah. No, it's just crazy that. So, Mike, here's my question, and go ahead, Wally. I forget we can't see you, so go for it.
Well, no, I was going to say I didn't experience any of those issues on Monday.
Really?
I have AT&T. I didn't have no issues. YouTube. I was watching Pat McAfee show on Monday in the afternoon. Like
YouTube was working. YouTube was working. Like I said, all of my TVs are powered through Roku, so a lot of the apps on the TV wasn't working. But once I was able to get it to YouTube, it came on.
I don't know that everyone was affected here. It says here in the article, it was reported.
Had to be by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, it was back up by 8 o'clock. But there was over. I'm trying to find it here. I don't know why I had it here when we were talking about it here. All services back to normal by 6 p.m. It was whatever this means. A U.S. East one region cluster That went down.
I'm not that smart.
I don't know what that means either. That went down, but it's saying.
Ian, if you're listening, tell us what that means, Ian, because he's the one let me know what was going on.
Yeah, it says here over 3 million users in the United States reported problems. So maybe Wally was one of the guys that were lucky and didn't have to deal with the. With the
like
issue.
I said, man, I didn't even know there was an issue going on. I mean, I was working, but I had Pat McAfee show on the background. You know, when I was on the PTO lane in the truck.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and keep on promoting other people's,
right?
And promoting other people's shows.
But you know,
hey man,
I wouldn't have known
to it. So
I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have known either, though, dog. I'm like you. If I didn't have to, I really had to sell somebody some money, and like, damn, I'm the type of person I like to sell at a certain time, you know, because everybody don't live the life we live. I like to get it out the way early, but I don't know. I don't want to wake people up at 2:30 in the morning when I'm up getting ready for work. And with that thing, you know, so I said I'll wait about 8:30 and I'll send it. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? Because I don't want nobody to say, hey, dude, remember you're supposed to send me that money? So McDonald's, I don't eat a lot of McDonald's. I just happen to go to McDonald's Monday, and I always order my food through the app. It went through.
Did it work?
It worked. I didn't know McDonald's was affected. So I'm like, Wally,
McDonald's.
If I didn't have Domino's on my phone, play Domino's, and I didn't need the Zelle, it wouldn't have affected me because by the time I got home from work, everything was almost fixed.
Well, yeah. I mean, it says here everything was fixed by 6 p.m. But the outage was only from 4 hours, starting at 3:30 a.m. And the outage was back up like around 7:30, 8 o'clock. But it was a ripple effect. So it's kind of like where Domino's, you know, where you have the Domino's all set up and you tip this one over and it takes a minute to get all the way around as they're going through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there was that ripple effect. But yeah, man, I think that's crazy. One of the things I think is crazy is that we, as you know, as people, as humans, as American, as businesses, banks, we rely on one server, and when that one server goes down, I mean, we all go down. We go back to the Stone Ages. Man, well, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to mind. I don't mind. I can go without phones, beepers. Beepers I like. Beepers I like.
You know me. I don't text y'all back half the damn time because I hate the fucking phone.
You never text back, dog.
Nah, you don't text back. You never text back. The only time Wally texts back is when he's had a couple vodkas in him and he's ready to go. He's like, oh, I got some stuff to say here. That's the only time you hear Wally when he's texting. All right. And man, when he gets to texting, he'll get to texting. All right.
Don't let him get on that goddamn horse about them sorry ass Dolphins. He won't shut up.
Yeah, let's not talk about them. Let's not talk about them. All right. Everybody needs to go. The entire team needs to be fired. You know what? I think I'm going to go and try out for the Dolphins. I think I can do better than Tua. I'm going to be honest with you.
You give me a cortisone shot in my right shoulder, I can throw the ball better than him.
No, you better believe it. I bet you Wally can probably kick the ball better than the Dolphins kicker.
No, I don't know about that anymore at one time, probably. But yeah. Well, we're going to go to the sports. I didn't really want to get into it right now.
No, we'll get into it. We'll get into it later. We just make an analogy about your texting habits.
Yeah, but if you were drinking
but I don't hear any of you saying that it's not true what I say.
Well, we'll get there when we get there. Right now,
we're talking
about your drinking habits. That's what we're talking about.
Oh, thanks.
So check this out. Man arrested in Atlanta for getting a tip. The Atlanta airport was tipped off that this guy was going to shoot up the place. He had an assault rifle with him with ammunition found outside of his truck. The police chief said, "That's crazy."
So he never made it inside the terminal.
He was inside the terminal. It looked like he was scoping it out. At least the video that I saw.
The picture that I saw, he didn't. I saw a still picture. He didn't have a gun, and he kept saying that he had a rifle. Like, damn, where's that?
I think it was in the in his truck. Looked like he was scoping it out based on the video that I've seen. He was like scoping out, like, where am I going to go?
Was he high? Was he high?
Yeah,
anybody ever been to the Atlanta airport?
I have been to the Atlanta airport. That's crazy.
Or or just any major airport. I've been to a few airports where you saw maybe one or two cops, right? Atlanta airport is the busiest, I believe, busiest airport in the country.
I think next to Orlando International Airport, yes.
Okay. Dude, there's fucking police everywhere. He wouldn't have made it out the parking garage.
I mean, it's possible that he had alternative motives, like maybe it was going to be boom, 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 and then boom. You know,
he wouldn't have made it in the terminal with a high power rifle.
Not a high power rifle. You're absolutely right about that. They would have taken him down.
Yes, he wouldn't have made it 10 feet past his car.
He's 49 years old, and he was at the Atlanta National Airport. And a Chevy pickup truck was parked right outside the door of the airport terminal. When police went to the vehicle, they found an AR-15 with 27 rounds of ammunition.
Okay, right there, he was suspect because they're worse than MCO. You park your car, and there's a cop telling you within 30 seconds, get the fuck on, move. You're holding up traffic.
You can't park your car at Miami International Airport. You barely have time to even let the person that you're dropping off out of their car before you're getting yelled at. Hey, get the hell out of here. So I guess you're allowed to park at the International Airport in Atlanta?
No, you're not. I flew in that airport a lot. My kids grew up in Atlanta. My older kids grew up in Atlanta, so I used to fly there a lot. I'm very familiar with that airport. No, you cannot park out there.
Yeah, I didn't think you were allowed to park there at all. But still, I mean, there's no motive yet, at least according to this article here. But what again, we can go back to the crazy people, right? What causes you to say, you know what? I'm going to wake up this morning and I'm going to go to the airport and shoot it up with my AR-15. I didn't even think you're allowed to have an AR-15.
Yeah, it's legal.
Those are legal?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I just don't know. He's been charged with making terrorist threats, criminal attempt to commit aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during a commission of a felony, and a possession of a firearm by a previously convicted felon. Oh, so he was previously convicted. So he was booked in the Clay County Detention Facility on Monday, according to the online records. Attempted to reach his family and coworkers through multiple phone numbers and emails and was unsuccessful. So nobody wanted to answer his phone call. He's like, man, you're trying to shoot up the airport. I'm not answering your call. I don't want nothing to do with you. That's what his family, his own family said that.
That means they already knew he was crazy and I don't want to be an accessory because if I know what you're going to do, it's my job to call and report it.
He's the guy. He's probably the guy where he goes, you know what? There's something off about that guy. He's gonna be the postal service killer, the one on top of the tower. You know what I mean?
We all know that guy.
We all know whether it's at work, a friend of ours. We all know who that person is. And you're like,
we all know that guy.
let's not push him over the edge. Let's not push him over the edge. We don't know what tomorrow is going to bring for us if we push him over the edge. I just think that's actually pretty freaking crazy. That again, I mean, this kind of brought me back to the shooting in Fort Lauderdale. I don't know if you remember that, Keith or Wally.
Yes.
A handgun.
I remember.
Yeah,
about 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, they just started firing right there in baggage pickup area, but
that's a small airport, and you can get away with that if you move real quick.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of cops there, but still a small airport.
He assembled a gun in the bathroom. Yeah, he assembled a gun in the bathroom. So I mean, nobody knew what he was doing. So pretty scary stuff going on out there.
As long as you don't go through TSA in a small airport, you can make it happen. But in a major airport like Atlanta, dude, it's police every fucking where. And he wouldn't have got no further than like baggage claim. Not baggage claim when you check in. He wouldn't have made no further to check in.
Yeah, I don't think he would have gotten very far. I think, he only had 27 rounds. So what was he going to do with an AR-15 with 27 rounds? I mean, he would have shot it up 27 rounds. You know how quick 27 rounds go? You're a gun owner.
In about 7 seconds.
Yeah. So and then after that, what's the end game here? What's the end game here? I'm gonna show up to the Atlanta International Airport with 27 bullets, and then I'm just gonna go to town. What was the end game?
Now, granted, those 27 bullets would have caused a lot of damage.
It would have caused a lot of damage, and a lot of people could have gotten hurt. Thank God the police were able to find the vehicle, search the vehicle, and got the and found the AR-15 before he went back and got it and did something he shouldn't have done.
And that is a huge ass airport too. So I just don't. I'm like, what's the end game? What was he trying to accomplish? I don't give a damn how crazy you are. That airport is too huge to try to pull something like that off because you're not running nowhere. Because they shut everything down. You have to go out to that. You either go to the train, but to go to the train.
I forgot about the train. I remember the train at Orlando International Airport, MCO, but I don't remember the train.
The train to MCO was a lot easier to catch, but to get on the train to MCO, you got to go through TSA. You don't have to go through TSA in Atlanta, but that bitch like on the 3rd floor. So you got to go either run up them stairs, catch the elevator, or the escalator. You getting caught.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. I mean, it's been a long time since I've been to Atlanta Airport, but yeah, that I just don't know what the end game was. I don't know what made him wake up and say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to go give this a shot here." No pun intended. Speaking of guns, you do know your favorite Publix there, Keith, and what is it off of Welch Road? Kelly Park up there in Apopka, kind of just south of Zellwood. For those, so if you ever want to meet Keith for lunch, he's gonna be at the substation over there.
I'm there all the time. I'm damn near. I'm damn near an associate.
Make sure to go over there, meet up with Keith. Get your picture taken with him and make sure to post it up and tag us on your Instagram page.
And we'll get a sub and go up there on the 2nd floor in the lounge and eat it.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, I forgot that's a nice little lounge up there too. Publix is now, they've announced that there's a huge split happening right now after the supermarket chain announced they will allow customers to open carry in their store. They're one of the stores. Most people are saying no. We're no guns. You want to open carry, you walk around like Wyatt Earp in the street, but you're not walking into the store with a gun strapped to your belt, especially open carry. Public said it's okay.
I think that's interesting. And I think the only reason they make that stand because Florida Public is a Florida base. Matter of fact, Polk County base.
Lakeland, if I remember.
Lakeland, and I'm sure I'm just speaking off the cuff right now, but I'm sure that has a lot to do with because they are huge Ron DeSantis supporters.
They have to be able to say, hey, we're allowing this.
So for them to go against it and say they're not going to allow customers in it, then they're kind of like a slap in the face to Ron DeSantis.
One of the people here they say where shopping is a pleasure, but now customers may see fellow shoppers walking around the aisles with pistols at their hips at their neighborhood Publix. Now, once again, I'm not a big fan of the open carry. I know Wally says, hey, you know what? Let's wait and see what happens. It could be a good thing. But I'm just not a open carry. I'm a gun advocate. I have multiple in my house. Wally, I'm not going to tell you how many because you already told me that you're coming here if there's an apocalypse or something like that.
Taking you out.
Well, you're going to have to take out all my neighbors too first before you get to my house. But that said, that said, I just don't know. I mean, it don't you think people walking around Publix is going to bring a lot of unnecessary stress and drama to the other customers or to the employees?
No, you're not even going to care.
Listen,
I think people do care. I don't think people are a big fan of the open carry.
What I'm going to say is going to sound wrong, but fuck it. I don't feel that threatened in Publix because it's a different type of people. This is wrong what I'm going to say, but it's a different type of people that shop at Publix versus.
You're going to talk about Walmart, aren't you?
Well, now if they said Walmart was open carry, fuck that. I wouldn't even go into. My son work at Walmart. They said Walmart was open carry allowed. Son, you need to find your new gig.
I mean, hey, look, Wally might be right. It might be just a bunch of gunslingers walking around out there, walking around with their revolvers and their pistols, cha-ching, 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 getting their milk and their oat cookies and stuff like that.
If you see a guy that looks psycho and he's got a gun on the side of him, I mean, everybody's going to look for damn, what the hell's going on? But if you know that that's a law and it's allowed, you're just going to you'll see it and you'll get numb to it, man. That's just my opinion, man. I'm not going to argue with your opinion. I mean,
Florida was an
You're-
open carry at one point up until the 80s or 90s.
But people that are going to the grocery store with the open carry, and it's
Got
the
issues.
law.
Already have issues.
Well, they just maybe they just are happy that that law is allowed now, and I have the opportunity to do it. And within a week or two, they decide to put it away when they go to Publix. I think most of the times when you're going to try to carry a gun on you is when you're going maybe to an event an event outside like a Fourth of July celebration, and there's a bunch of people around. You don't ever know what the hell's going to pop off, so you're kind of trying to maybe protect yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know if that'll be allowed then, because there's alcohol being served at those events. You're not allowed to have a firearm around alcohol.
I just don't know what it is that you think that you've done in your life that you feel that you need to carry a gun. You know what I mean? People aren't coming after you. They don't care about you. You're just mind your own business.
Yeah, but you
and
hear
people
all
will
the
leave you
crazy
alone.
shit going on out in the world, man. And I'm not saying it happens in Florida. I love this state. This is by far, man. Like, to me, and I know there's a lot of shit that goes on out there. Hell, I didn't even know whatever was happening going on Monday with the TWA bullshit or the internet shit.
AWS.
Whatever. There you go. Bam.
Them motherfuckers.
Yeah. For me, man, like I don't see the craziness. I don't know, man. Like I just
I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a no. I'm like, I agree with Wally to a point, because I think it will be a novelty thing. I remember back in the 90s, everybody carried a goddamn gun.
Yeah, so it was somewhere in the 90s
Yeah,
that they stopped open carry.
Everybody carried a gun in the 90s.
I mean, my stepfather carried a gun. He was a truck driver, dude. Like, so he had a gun on him everywhere he went, man, because it's his dad actually got jumped one night, I think in somewhere up in New York City. He was carrying some kind of appliances, TVs or something. And yeah, man, they kind of blocked him in, jumped him, beat him with a crowbar, man. I mean,
That was New York too. New York been crazy for a while. That's in New York.
You're talking about back in the 60s, you know what I'm saying? 70s.
Firearms.
70s.
You can't even legally carry a gun unless you're security or police in New York.
Well, I know, but I'm saying his dad got beat up there, like with pipe wrenches and all kinds of shit.
Wow.
So when he started driving, my stepdad, he always had to carry, he always had a gun on him. So I mean, I don't think I would be like, oh shit, I got to worry about this guy with a gun on his hip, because that's just I don't know. I've been around him, so and I don't think it's somebody that going to the grocery store that's carrying a gun is out to really do anything. I think he feels like, whatever reason he feels like he needs to be protected because of some bullshit that he's heard that's going on in society, that he feels like he needs to protect himself when he's going to the grocery store.
Or perhaps he messed with the wrong people. And he's like, man, I got to carry this gun with me.
Okay, maybe that too. I mean, there's always that possibility too. Now, do I want, him to be at the Publix and whoever he messed with comes try to, get their revenge and shoot up the fucking place? No.
Change your damn neighborhood or something, bro. I really think I carried a gun for a long time, and the only reason I did it, I mean, I carried a gun everywhere I fucking went. But the only reason I did it was because everybody else was doing it. But after a while, after I got a little older, I realized, why am I carrying a gun to the damn the meat market?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why. I don't know why anybody would want to do that.
I think Publix just puts that out there just so, like what you were saying, they're on the the Santos supporters, and we're saying, hey, we'll allow you to bring your firearms here, and those people, those First Amendment people are going to go, or was it Second Amendment?
Second
firearms?
Amendment, yes. Yep.
Hey, yes, y'all agree with the Second Amendment. That's what we stand behind too. So But are they actually just you're gonna see just a flock of people walking with guns in the store? I don't think that's gonna happen.
Nope.
I don't think it's going to be that bad, but I think I think you're going to see some crazy things. Like I don't know if you on the X, I've seen guys walking around with assault rifles down in Miami, walking into 7-Elevens and convenience stores. I don't understand why you feel like you need an assault rifle just to begin with to walk around in the street, but
Because
they're bringing it into stores
because somebody's videotaping it and posting it,
showing it off.
and
Showing it off.
and you're watching it. So that's the reason why, man. It's not like they're gonna
Views,
go out
all
and
about views. 1987 is when open carry was allowed here in Florida, and then it was also banned the same year, 1987, and was banned up until 2025. So, Florida was an open carry. We are the 46th state to allow open carry.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, I've traveled damn near every state, and the only state I've ever seen motherfuckers carry guns and they let you know they have it is Texas.
Texas.
They walk around there. They walk around there, and it's just on their hip, and they are ready to go. Those are some itchy finger guys, if you ask me.
Them bastards walk around with the guns in their riding around the back of their goddamn trucks. They let you know I got a gun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's possible that So this is a town I can't remember. I was trying to Google it just a second ago. There's a town in Georgia. It's a small town. It probably has like 1,000 people in it, 2,000 people in it. And to live in that town, it is required for you to have a gun and carry it on your person at all times. Now, how much crime do you think happens in that town?
None.
Exactly right. You know why? Because everybody has a gun. Everybody, and it's displayed for everybody to see. So you already know what if you're going to argue with somebody, you already know, wait a second, this argument may not be worth it because this guy has a gun, I have a gun, and one of us probably are not going to make it.
If not both.
That's anything, man. I mean, like the criminal laws that are happening in Chicago and New York and places like California where, there are no consequences to the things that you do. You're just going to do whatever you want to do because there are no consequences.
Mm-hmm.
You start to have an argument with the dude that probably has a gun on them. You
make a better decision.
Exactly. Either you argue with the dude, but y'all know that you're not going to take it to that level, or you just back the fuck off and you hold whatever you are aggravated about, and you kind of walk a different way and keep your mouth shut.
Now, granted, there are some dumb motherfuckers in this world, so that apparently don't care about consequences.
Oh, yeah, because they get slapped on the hand, and they just think it's the norm, and then all of a sudden now they're out there doing some real crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But if there are no consequences, and you see what's going on in some of these cities, that Portland, the state of California, the whole goddamn state over there. Chicago, Illinois, New York City, things that were happening in Memphis and Washington D.C. There was a lot of lax laws, and and people felt like that they could just do whatever they wanted to do and get away with it, and they've caused chaos.
That's very, very, very true. Can't argue with that, Wally.
I'm just playing devil's advocate just for a little bit because I heard that on the news before too, and it's no secret, and Wally, I know you agree. Every one of those cities that you named is a Democratic city, right? Or a Democratic state.
Yes, they are blue. Yes.
Right. Yep, and every one of those cities that just not to interrupt you, Keith, but they also have their deodorant locked behind glass because they allow things that shouldn't be allowed. You have to, if you want to go buy deodorant, you have to go find an associate to unlock it because it's behind glass just for deodorant.
Yeah. And I won't shop at a store that I got to do that. Honestly, I draw the line there. I draw the line there. But
in New York City, I was like that. When I was in New York City, it was like that. And it's like, damn, man, I need to get this. And so I had to go and ask somebody for deodorant, and they had to unlock the damn case for me.
Yeah. So just to play devil's advocate a little bit, I'm from Miami. I'm here to tell you, people do dumb shit in Miami all the fucking time.
Never seen it once. Perhaps I was one of them. I don't know.
Florida isn't
everywhere.
Now I say Florida isn't
People do dumb shit everywhere. So what are you saying, man? Like,
Florida isn't a Democratic state, right? But how come
no.
Florida is never on that list? Because I'm telling you, they do the same shit.
Because you're not, because there's no bond bills here in the state of Florida. If you do something stupid, and you're right, there's a lot of people that do stupid shit.
I'm here to tell you,
But
Miami people get off on
they're
a lot of
racist.
shit. In Miami, people get off on a lot of shit because they're so uber focused on major crimes, little small shit like bitch carrying a gun, somebody shoot up a party, as long as nobody died, or make. I mean, it's a lot of dumb shit going in Miami, but I don't hear the troops going there because Florida's a state that back that side of the politics right now.
It depends on where, because believe it or not, Miami-Dade County is a blue county.
By a slim margin.
No.
Still blue county.
No. That whole area down there is blue.
Yeah, the whole Miami-Dade County. Yeah, that's all Miami. Not the city of Miami, Wally, the entire county, which is one of the largest counties in Florida outside of Orange County, I believe.
Exactly.
So it is blue. So don't be surprised if Trump decides to march his troops down into Dade County.
But it's nothing like what's going on in Chicago, and it is. Well, this is the thing too. Is it? Or, I mean, because Chicago right now, man, they're on the rate of having some of the highest shootings in history.
It's been like that for a while. It's been like that for a while too.
Oh, I know.
Chicago's not a fun. It's a fun city to go to, but it's definitely not a safe city.
Oh, dog.
I've been to Illinois. But I've never been to Chicago.
I've been to South Side of Chicago.
Yeah, I've been to Illinois.
Oh, that's rough down there.
I was dropped off in the middle of South Side Chicago at 2:00 in the morning. Didn't know which house I was staying at because my buddy just dropped me off.
Oof.
Dog, you talking about trying to dog? Yes, it's not a great place to be, but downtown Chicago at the time was a great time, one of the best times of my life.
I want to go to Chicago. That's on my bucket list. I've been all over this damn country. I've never been to Chicago, so I want to fix that.
I want to take my wife downtown Chicago.
Dog, and when
great food, great music.
Windy City, I caught it at the when you're walking down the street, you can lean in, you can actually lean into the wind as you walk.
Really?
And it'll keep you upright.
Really? Okay.
That's pretty cool.
So they're not even exaggerating about Windy City.
No. That one was crazy.
The part of Illinois I've been to was because Illinois butts up to Missouri. So I went to the part that's like southern Illinois that was right next to Missouri.
Okay.
And that shit was country. I didn't even know I was in Illinois. That shit was country.
Yeah, there's a lot of country up there.
Yeah, there
is. But Chicago City, man, it's good times. But I mean, just the shootings and the violence and everything. I mean, they've been talking about it for years, man. They've been talking about it for years in Chicago. 4th of July, every 4th of July, there's so many shootings because you don't know if it's a firecracker or a goddamn gunshot going off. So
that happens in Miami too. That happens in Miami. I had a friend of mine firing his 9mm Beretta one 4th of July, and but he waited till the fireworks went off. That happens down in Miami too.
Oh, it happens everywhere. Shit. When I was working on a koi, they had signs because it's a highly populated.
Yes, it is.
Hispanic Mexican.
Yes, it is.
People.
Koi is the weirdest city in Central Florida because you're right. It'll be that community that you just said, right? And you go one block over, and it is $800,000 subdivision, house subdivision. Then you go another block over, and it's another set of people.
but they had signs posted up as you drove around on the side of the road, for Cinco de Mayo, talking about don't shoot your guns off, because that's what they did out there. I mean, it happens in every city, but they just don't shoot them up in the air in Chicago. They actually go out and plot shooting their enemies. The gangs try to take out their, enemies when in those opportunities. What you're talking
And
about is everybody shooting them up in the air to celebrate. Yeah,
I'm sure
that
they
happens.
still do this in Miami, but in Miami, we didn't go. Me and the crew, I hung out, and I didn't hang out with gangsters. I wasn't in the gang. Well, just a bunch of fellas having a good time, like to drink on the weekends. And we used to change engines and transmissions and shit on the
You're
weekend.
telling me that you lived in Liberty City and you were just out drinking. You weren't up to no good.
I wasn't a gangbanger, bro. It's not in my DNA. So tell him, Wally.
His last name was Irish.
Exactly.
That's very true. That's very true.
Exactly.
You'd rather go drink than be up to no good. Okay, I got you.
So what we always knew on New Year's, 4th of July, let's just stay our ass in the house because that's the time that and Halloween, that's the time that a person, if they want to get you, they'll get you.
Yeah. Still kind of sketchy going out in Miami and Halloween and those other holidays. We're pushing up against the clock here, boys, but I want to get through this real quick. U.S. Secret Service on last Thursday discovered a suspicious hunting stand near West Palm Beach International Airport with direct sight line to where Donald Trump's exited Air Force One. This is reported by NBC News. This is crazy.
I saw it.
Yeah, and did you see the bunker that was built?
It was a hunting stand.
A hunting stand. Did you see it? Yeah, did you see it? With direct line to where there has to be planning involved. They have to know.
How did that get there?
Exactly, and how long? There had to be some long time planning for that. Long time planning for that.
How did that get there? There's no way that should have even if our president, the most powerful person in the world, wasn't flying in and out of there, that still shouldn't have happened.
Well, how does that happen with nobody seeing it happen? I mean, in a world of cameras where you can't even, sneeze without being on 45 cameras.
Depending on where it is, probably some old restaurant next to it. They had trees on the outside of the line of the airport. And, 1:00 in the morning, man, after that restaurant's closed down and everybody's gone, some fucking crazy motherfucker went up there and put the stand there. Or you could go the route of, there's some kind of fucking shit going on in our government where one of our agencies that whoever protects that area allowed somebody to
turn his
that
head.
Stand there. So, I mean, I don't know, man. It all depends on, where you want to go with this.
A lot of different conspiracy theories on how that could have happened.
I seen the CIA the Secret Service, they changed everything that Donald Trump get on the airplane. Usually, and it's not just Trump, every president, when they get on Air Force One, they get on that tall ladder. So kind of like make a grand entrance, everybody see the president walk on. Man, they dropped the short ladder. And I've never seen Trump move so goddamn fast because the Secret Service changed up everything because they didn't know where this came from, if there was more, if there was the assholes in another stand somewhere that they hadn't found.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just smart. After you find the first one, then you know that something's out there. But my thing is, how did it get there to begin with? And is it was it like I said, Secret Service, somebody in the turning their heads, whoever was in charge of kind of sweeping that area, guarding that area, turn their heads, and they allowed somebody.
Trust me, somebody is getting in trouble with this shit. Because you're right, there's got to be a protocol, and somebody didn't follow protocol.
Oh, absolutely. Because if the president's coming now, exactly, you're going to sweep the entire area.
If he goes in there, in and out of there all the time, wouldn't that be one of the secure places?
Yeah, he spends more time in
Mar-a-Lago.
He spends more time there than he do DC.
Well, again,
he's there all the time. He's there all the time.
If you're spending that much time in West Palm Beach, but you still got a protocol to follow as a Secret Service, I would assume you would have to sweep the area. I mean, dogs, cats. People.
Was it West Palm Beach International?
West Palm Beach International, yes, sir. And you would think
somewhat of a major airport, also.
it is, but if Air Force One is landing at any international airport, and we're including West Palm Beach because that's where he landed, the Secret Service get there before he does, and they have to do a sweep. That's how they found it. Because he landed on Friday. They did the sweep on Thursday. So I guess we can say that nobody was monitoring that area for a few weeks while he was this person put this together and was hoping that it wouldn't be caught.
I don't think it takes weeks to put up, man. I think it's just a stand.
There had to be some sort of planning going on. Some sort of planning, I should say.
I don't know, man. Like I said, man, it's wild, man. Once again, why is somebody, did you ever hear anybody trying to assassinate Biden?
No, because he never left the damn White House.
Never.
No, because he didn't do shit.
Never.
Nobody was scared of him. He didn't do shit when he was the goddamn president. You know why you hear all this shit going on?
Listen,
these assassinations, because people are
let's
scared
go back
of
to Obama.
the no king shit. Like that. All this has happened is because
Obama had just
scared.
No,
there was a lot of people that like Obama. And I don't remember any death threats on him either.
On Obama?
Because nobody feared him. Nobody.
Jay, I thought you was going.
No, I'm right here.
Nobody. He wasn't making a real difference. I mean, you ask the people, black people in America right now, they sit there and say, did Obama make any kind of change when everybody kept saying, oh, we have a black president, we're going to have change, and nothing changed, man. Like nothing changed. Like nothing happened. So they weren't scared of him. They weren't scared of Biden because maybe Biden and Obama is on the same side. And then you have a guy out here, man, that's actually making change and trying to do things. And that's why you hear about the assassinations. That's why you hear about, him going to jail. All these different things that are going on, man. It's just
I don't think
no king
no king day. I don't think that is 100% of what he's doing, but I think it's some of that. But I also think it's a lot of how he's doing it and the things that he says. That he offend a shitload of people every day. It's just, but that's been Donald Trump. That's been Donald Trump forever before he's president.
The Democrats are out there slandering him. They've been calling us him and his supporters
demonizing him, making him.
I mean, but we don't go out. We don't make a fool of ourselves. We don't dress up in dinosaur inflatable fucking costumes,
blow up dinosaurs
and playing the fucking guitar and trying to sound like we're some old folks, fucking like we just go day to day, hoping that the process that's in place is going to work. We can come together, communicate, and make things better. Not all the chaos that goes on, man. Like it's Charlie Kirk got assassinated, dude, and the Republicans didn't do anything. They were out there doing peaceful protests. They were praying. They were doing candle vigils. They were, doing I want to say, I don't want to say rally, but they all came together in Arizona and they celebrated his life and everything. We didn't go to violence. The Republicans didn't go and tear down our cities. We didn't tear down stores. We didn't set fire to things. We didn't like the whole thing with Elon Musk and being on Trump's side. What did the Democrats do? They start torching Tesla dealerships.
Where the fuck has he been?
Who cares? But why is that? Why is that acceptable? Why is that okay?
It's not. None of this should be acceptable. I mean,
it's not acceptable. But
we shouldn't be.
But I'm also going to say Republicans do pretty ignorant shit too, though. Dog. I give an example. I'm just going to give one example. Remember, we talked about it on the show, but the guy that had a list of Democrats he wanted to kill in Minnesota, and he killed two, and fucked up a couple of them.
You're talking about one instance compared to 600. But for whatever,
I give you other examples.
No, we lost you, Keith.
For every example you give me, I don't know what's going on. For every example, because I just think it's equally.
AWS is trying to take us down. AWS is trying to take us down. You're not taking us down. You're not taking us down. We're finishing this podcast.
I think people feel more entitled no matter what side of the line you're on. I think they feel more entitled and they want to voice their opinions more. And that's why I think we have these.
So you say, so is it okay that's what's going on in Portland with the ICE agency and they're blocking the ICE agents from leaving the facilities to go out and do their jobs and basically rioting to a certain degree? That's acceptable.
That's not acceptable. That's not acceptable because you
don't hear
the law.
You don't hear the Republican side of people doing those type of things, man. Why is it always violence? And that's why I'm going back to this tree stand. Why is it always violence, man? When you are scared of something, you're scared of this guy being powerful and doing something.
And again, though, you my dog. You know, I love you to death. But you have a very bad habit of always blaming everything on Democrats. You don't know who the fuck put that stand up there. It could be a Puerto Rican. This man, ever since it could have been ever since Bad Bunny have been announced the Super Bowl halftime show. Trump have showed his ass. That motherfucker said one time that I've talked to the president of Puerto Rico. Bitch, ain't that you?
He talked to himself.
The man said, I'm going to have a bunch of ICE agents at the Super Bowl. Bitch, Puerto Rico is the American. You know, he offend everybody in the world if you don't support him. If you're not his democratic, if you're not his what he think is true blue American, he fucking offend you. I don't know why you don't get that in your head.
I understand.
I don't know why I don't know why you turn an eye on that shit. Or you put your hand over your ears when they say that shit.
I mean, Trump does run his mouth a little too much, and he does aggravate a lot of people. He definitely offends a lot of people.
How many presidents have been arrested and had to go to jail and go to court and to defend himself?
How many presidents? I heard him say that he want to sue America for $200 million this morning. As I'm getting dressed 2 o'clock this morning because they tried him in court. Oh, those when he wasn't president those 4 years. So now he want retribution. But he said if he win, he said he's going to give it to charity. Himself. Yeah, he said I'll be suing myself, and if I do get it, I'll give it to some type of charity. Yeah, I did hear him say that. I'm not. I give all the facts that I hear.
But so do I.
Says it right here. Trump wants $230 million from the DOJ for investigating him.
Exactly, because it was all to ruin his name. It was all to make him out to be some kind of a bad guy.
But did he do it? Did he do any of the stuff he was accused of?
They haven't been able to prove any of it. That's why he was able to run.
That's because he became president and he kiboshed the shit. He became president and kiboshed the fucking
But see, that's what I'm saying, man. Before the elections even happened, he had to go to court, and they didn't find any evidence. So how was he able to run as president when he was going to court before that?
Well, there's a lot of people.
First president.
There are a lot of people, and remember, he was convicted of a felony that supposedly he will get his sentencing after he's done with his presidency. So,
if my black ass got convicted of a felony, I'd have got my sentence in 30 days later.
I'm not saying I'm a Democrat or agree with everything that's going on, or I disagree with you, Wally, but there are some things that Trump does that is a little sketchy, I should say, or a little off the wall. You know, he got away with being convicted for whether he did it or didn't do it. He got convicted for multi felonies, 29, I believe, and he's supposed to serve his sentence after the president, after he's done with his.
Wally, I want to see you go to jail in Volusia County tonight and see how fast they convict you.
I haven't been to that one. I've been to Seminole County.
across the street from Old Flea Market, baby, the Flea World.
Well, we'll see. We'll see where this
Johnny
crazy world takes us. We don't know. Lots of things happening in this world. Just a crazy world that we live in.
It just sucks,
right?
man, that we have people out there that get. I want to say this that they got brainwashed, that somebody would set up a honey stand next
Now,
to the airport.
it was dumb. Now, as much as I dislike our president, I think he does some really dumb stuff. That was insane. By put a fucking hunting stand, and they need to be found and tried and put in prison for the rest of their damn life.
Well,
Everybody who cooperated with it.
Well, yeah. Once again, just because you disagree doesn't mean we go to violence. To Wally's point,
That's why, and that's the reason we live in America. We have the right to disagree.
That's
You
right.
think the Republicans was happy with Biden and the bullshit that was going on with that dude, man? That man couldn't walk 500 feet without tripping over his own feet. He couldn't speak three fucking sentences.
Newsflash, dog. Newsflash, Democrats didn't agree with Biden. So we were
exactly
out of the office.
But the Republicans were not trying to set up, stands to take the motherfucker out. I mean, they probably should have, and then probably taking what's her name out, because she wouldn't have been a goddamn worth of beans anyways. So
Worth of beans. Haven't heard that one in a while. Well, like I said, before we move on here, crazy world we live in. Just take it day at a time, right? The crazy world. Now, moving on, we're pushing against our clock here. It is time for.
And now it's time for the FLA Trash Talkers Sports Talk.
Looking, he's going to heave one deep down the field. It's going to be to the goal line. It's going to be gone. It's a touchdown. What just happened? What a play.
Takes the snap. He steps up. He's all by himself. Fires into the end zone. Caught. Touchdown.
I wish that Wally had his camera on, because I wanted to see how red his face was getting. I wanted to see. He probably rolled his eyes when I transitioned into sports. I just wish we could see him, because that's some of the best parts of the show is the faces that he makes. Wally, Keith, what is going on in the world of sports?
Before we go to sports, can I just go to one more thing? I meant to bring this up 2 weeks ago, but I think that's the week we didn't have the shows. So I forgot to bring it up. Didn't I tell y'all there was a catch to him accepting that plane from I forgot what country, but the country out
Saudi Arabia.
No,
okay.
Quarter.
Where was it?
Quarter.
Qatar.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Okay. I told y'all it was a catch. So now he has agreed, and I've never heard of this in my life.
I know. I heard Pete Sec. I can't never say his name.
I know, but we know you're talking about, though.
Department of War. Yes, there is a base in Missouri,
Colorado. Yeah, I knew it was out that way. Yeah,
that
never happened before in the history of the United States.
Qatar has a plane stationed at a base in Missouri from Qatar.
And I think they're going to try to help them build a base. Maybe I might be wrong there, but I do know they are there in the United States training. Never happened before. So that I guarantee you that was part of the airplane deal. Okay, we can go to sports.
All right, what is happening in the world of sports? Keith and Wally. Do I need to play the jingle again? No,
we good. We good.
We're right.
No, we're good, man. I mean, shit. What do you want to talk about? I mean, you want to
everybody sucked. Everybody sucked but the Hurricanes, and I hate that loss we had. Right. I text y'all. I say I hate Friday night games. I think
that's what
ESPN Friday night games are the biggest trap in goddamn sports history.
Well, Florida State lost to Virginia on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Florida State is losing to everybody.
Y'all lost to Stanford, right?
Yeah.
Last week we played them this Saturday.
So let me tell you this. No, y'all will win. Y'all shouldn't have a problem. Let me say this, and I'm gonna be straight up honest with this. Florida State needs to get out of ACC, because look, man, Florida State did a lot of dumb shit, had a lot of self-deflicting wounds. But let me tell you, that officiating, and I saw an article on Monday after they review Monday or Tuesday after they reviewed the tape and they suspended the head referee.
Really?
So there was a lot of bad calls, a lot of bad calls. The holding, pass interference. When Florida State would go out of bounds, they would mark it back a yard or two behind it. Uh,
How's
it was
that
bad.
possible though? I'm not saying it didn't happen, but how anybody let that happen now with all the technology we have as far as knowing exactly where the ball is and shit these days?
Just because you see it doesn't mean you can't say something else.
There's a chip in the ball that tell you where the ball's supposed to be.
I don't know if that technology happens in college, but
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm thinking NFL. You're right.
but I can tell you this: no matter what happens on the field, you can see whatever you want to see, and you can say whatever you want to say. There was some bad stuff, but it should have never been that close to begin with. Florida State's. I thought Monday morning was going to fire the coach.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that for a while.
He made another week.
Florida, well, he's going to make it to the end of the year. And I don't think it's totally his fault. I think they're a young team. I think they got a new coaching system totally in there that they're trying to make changes with, personnel that they had before when they had a different coaching staff there. Tony White, I don't know if his defense works or not because he doesn't have the dogs up front right now to do what he needs to do. That defense with the 3-4 has to have dogs up front where they get pressure on the quarterback, because then if you don't, you expose the linebackers and the DBs. DBs are playing one-on-one. Linebackers are supposed to cover the middle. And right now, if the quarterback has time to sit back and survey the field, he finds the open receivers underneath and they hit them, and the linebackers can't, really cover right now. So and plus I think it's like $100 million to get rid of the whole coaching staff and to bring somebody else in.
Oh, it's a lot of money.
Billy Napier was surprising to me because
they won, even though they won on the fluke. They won on the fluke.
Well, the players didn't give up on him, and they ended up winning the game, and then he gets fired after a win. I don't know the last time that's actually happened.
Do you think? I'm like you. I've never seen that happen before. So, only thing I could think was the game was so god awful prior to that, the end of the final ending. Do you think they made that decision like the week prior, like, hey, if we lose this week, he's fired? So maybe like by third quarter, they just assume we're going to lose, so let's go ahead and pull the trigger.
I think after the Franklin firing in Penn State,
Penn State, that's what they want?
No, well, I think it's a possibility.
It's a hot commodity right now.
Yeah, and maybe they want to get a jump on him. Also, maybe they know Penn State's going to be looking for a coach, and right now they have first dibs on the best coach available, and maybe Florida feel like, hey, we're going to pull the trigger. Let's pull the trigger now because we don't want to wait too long, and Penn State's getting a head start.
Yes,
because it is a good school, a good program, that they're going to be able to interview the best players or best coaches available, and Florida's, at the end of the year won't get those same opportunities, and that's why they kind of pulled the trigger.
I knew if I was an athletic director and I already knew this is going to be the last year, or we're going to terminate this guy, I'll go ahead and make that move because recruiting have totally changed in the last 5 years. So you recruit, a lot of recruits are coming out of and your number one players are coming out of the portal. So you really don't want nobody to commit to somebody else, because I think the first portal is coming up soon. I think December.
Yeah, but you know what, Keith? I hear what you're saying, but I don't think the best teams in the country rely on the portal.
Miami is totally on the portal.
You are, and we'll find out how. Hey, Florida State was 3 years ago when we got Verse, Fisk.
Yes,
those guys.
I'm here to tell you, I'm a true Miami Hurricanes fan, but Minus Tony, minus Ruben Bain, majority of our impact players are from the portal.
Right. So this is what I'm going to say. So, Florida State, they get those guys, they have a peak 1 or 2 years, and then when those guys leave, now they're trying to replenish in the portal and get guys in there to kind of make up for the weakness of those guys leaving. But the teams that are consistently in the top five, your Oklahoma or Ohio States, your Alabamas,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
Oregons, um, those guys have people that come in and they stay.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
They
mm-hmm.
stay. They develop within the system, and that's when you get those really good teams. When you're just constantly relying on the portal, you're not developing that same kind of thing going on. And so you're relying constantly on the portal. So at some point,
Yeah, because you don't have that roster, the depth for the following year. And the reason you don't have the depth for the following year because most of the people are in their senior year, right? And they only last year eligibility. Two, if they didn't get a lot of playing time, they hit in the portal too.
well, they are, unless you're in Alabama, or Ohio State, and
Mm-hmm.
Oregon, one of these teams that has proven that if you stay here, we're going to develop and make you into an NFL player.
Our number two receiver, I don't even get this. Our number two receiver, CJ Daniel, was a star at LSU, and he hit the portal. And the only thing that tell me is he wasn't getting as much playing time because the people are hitting the portal now just so they can get better playing time, so they get more game film to increase their draft chances. That's the number one reason they hit the portal now.
Well, yeah, and that's one reason why some saying the Southeast is strong. That there's going to be some kind of where we get some kind, where a lot of teams are even. Where the Southeast isn't so dominant because you were able to stack 3 5 stars, in one position, and they would wait their turns, to get through, and then they would come up and they would dominate.
Them days are over for most colleges.
Yeah, because if I'm not getting any playing time, I can go over here and be a superstar, and they're going to pay me $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, so then
we ain't even mention the NIL. That's a huge factor also.
Well, yeah, and then a couple of your players get hurt, right? And you would have 3 5 stars behind that person
on the shelf,
fill in
on the shelf.
Yeah. Now you're dipping into a 3-star, 4-star, maybe 3.5-star kind of a player behind it. So you're not going to have that kind of dominance. It's going to be more evenly spread, and you're going to see spikes. Like I said, Florida State, 2 years ago went up and had a good, couple years, and now we're relying on the portal again. Last year you saw what we did. Florida State did. Miami right now, y'all are doing a great job of recruiting. Y'all are having, you had Cam Ward last year. Let's talk about Cam Ward's path. College is almost becoming a what they have in baseball.
You went with farm.
It's like
AAA in baseball.
You go to AAA, AA, and then you get into the major leagues, right?
Yes, right.
Cam Ward went to like a community college or
it was like a small Christian school, Christian Ward or something,
in Texas or something like that. Then he went off to Washington State, right? So he started at a really small school, didn't have any scholarship offers.
One offer. That one school that he went to, the small one in Texas, was the one offer that he got.
So he goes there, he works his butt off. He's able to transfer in Washington State, works his butt off there, learns, whatever he learned there, then goes down to Miami, and he has a great year down in Miami. So is college football going to have a farm kind of system like the MLB with baseball, And then is the NFL going to use the college teams? I guess they would be the the cream of the crop, and then you would have the college teams as the farms and being able to build players going up and getting into the NFL. I don't know.
It's wild, bro. It's wild. You gotta have, even with the NIL though, you gotta have somebody like I give Mario Cristobal. I'm not just saying this because he's the head coach of UM. When he was at Oregon, he was really good at recruiting. Also, you gotta have somebody that still know how to go and talk to some. They go to these kids that's in the portal and recruit them and convince them, hey, let's come to Miami. Yeah, and that $1.5 million don't help. I mean, it don't hurt either. I can get you this in NIL, and we got this guy coming and this guy coming, so we're gonna have a hell of a team. I think Cristobal does that probably better than most college coaches in the college.
Well, last year, Florida State they went after players at big schools that had 5-star, 4-star ratings. But what got them to where they were a couple years ago when they went undefeated, Verse played at Albany College, some college that nobody even heard of. Fisk was at a no-name college that nobody ever heard of. But you know what they found in those dudes? They were hungry. They were trying to make a name for themselves. When you go after a guy that's been, I'm a 5-star, he's been praised in high school, he's had an easy way, and he thinks that everything should be given to him.
They're not so hungry all the time, right?
Right. So, and then I heard on game day, Old Miss, what's the Ole Miss head coach? Lane Kiffin. He said last year that's what they did. They 2 years ago they went after.
Not a fan of Lane.
I like Lane. I like him a lot.
Not a fan of Lane.
He might be a Florida coach. 2 years ago they went after guys that were at big time colleges, 5 stars, blah blah blah. He said this year they changed it up and they went after guys that were in lower schools, that were hungry, that were still trying to make a name for themselves because they haven't had a taste of that success yet. You go to Alabama and some of those places, you're making $1 million a year for 800. Not let's shit. A 21-year-old person making $100,000.
It's
You
nothing
live in
like
a lifestyle, dog.
Nothing like it. So Ruben Bain making $600,000 a season.
Well, Beck's making 4.5 or $5 million.
Something like that.
I mean, so when you're at those colleges, you're that young, and you are like I said, even $100,000 in the hands of a 18, 19, 20-year-old kid, man, you're living it up. You think this is going to last forever, man. Like this.
Man, when I was 18, you gave me $1,000 a week, bitch. I gave you the world. I would give you every ounce of energy I had.
I mean, but these guys get it, and I don't think they retain that the same kind of hunger and wanting to get that to the next step because you ain't starving no more, dog. You know what I'm saying? Where you was coming, a lot of times where you was coming before, you was starving. I'm eating breadcrumbs. You know what I'm saying? I'm eating saltine crackers. Next thing I know, man, I get up in the college, into a big time program. Now I'm starting, I'm eating Ritz crackers, and then I'm starting to eat, some certain kind of steaks and
I have a charcuterie board now. Versus before
exactly.
I had cheese whiz on my saltines. Now I have a whole charcuterie.
You know what I'm saying? Before he's using an iron to make a
grilled cheese
sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so when you goes from those type of levels, man, and how it changes you, the hunger isn't there. And I think some of these colleges, man, need to get. I think that's why that's why I think it's going to be kind of a farm system. More colleges are going to go to these smaller schools because these guys are hungry and they want to make a name for themselves, and that's where the portal kind of plays in. But do you ever think that your colleges will ever get back to where, I mean, Oregon, like I said, Oregon, Bama,
Alabama, I think even Georgia, even
Georgia, Ohio State, these schools that are able to bring these guys in and hold on to them, and they are able to develop, and that's why they are, always in the top 10. Will that last?
No, I
Can
don't think
that
it's going.
last?
I don't think it's going to last. Reason why? Because playing time. Playing time. It take you get you about 3 or 4 good impact players. You could take a team like Georgia Tech that's always in the hunt, but just don't have enough. You get you 4 or 5 impact players, and damn it, they running shit.
Well, if you get them in the right place, that's
Mm-hmm.
kind of what's
If
going
they
on.
get away from that crazy ass running game that they run, I don't give a damn what coach, offensive coordinator, they still run the same scheme at Georgia Tech. I'm not a Tech fan.
Hey man, they got a good coach, man. They got a good coach. I mean,
What you think, Jay? What team you think?
I'm going back with University of Miami.
They suck. No, I'm thinking about the basketball team. And it ain't working about basketball team. Our basketball team suck every year. But the University of Miami football, we should be back in the top 5 in the next couple of weeks.
And where does that land? Florida State?
Florida State ain't even ranked.
Yeah. There's a lot of Florida State talk at the beginning of the season.
but we suck right now. I don't think we suck. I don't think we suck. I think Alabama. I mean, I think we're a little bit of fool's gold at the beginning of the season. It didn't help that Florida State played a couple uh
High schools.
high schools. Yeah, after playing Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's talent there. I think a lot of the talent's young. Um,
And the problem with that is if they stay, they probably leave because no, I know for
I
a
don't
fact.
know. Norvell's staying, and I think actually, dude, that's the one thing I did watch on the sidelines, and the thing that was going on with the team is with Florida State was the players were rallying around him, and the other players were rallying around each other. When you have a team that's divided, that doesn't happen. So that
You
was
don't see that a lot in college though, because a lot of they kids they was recruited together. They was they was on the school visits together.
not.
So
Yeah, but you're talking about the day of the portal, and a
yeah,
lot of these guys haven't been playing with each other or been around each other for a long time. So I would sit there and say that's a good sign. I think I like Norville. I That's why I was saying earlier they have a lot of young people. I don't know if Tony White's defense. I don't think he has the right dogs in place right now to run his defense. You can't, and I know it's frustrating because it has been hard. Trust me, dude. I mean, we've had the one good season, and we went through Willie Taggart after Jimbo left. That was terrible,
I have
and we're
a,
trying
I
to.
have a, I have a nephew that Jimbo recruited. Hmm. I have a nephew that Jimbo recruited. He was, I think, a 3 or 4 star athlete,
Uh,
and he got hurt after he actually got hurt in his red shirt year, but he came back. But right after his red shirt year is when they fired Jimbo. Taggart came in and he wasn't part of Taggart's recruiting team, but recruiting class. So he got very little time. He got turf toe. And then when they fired Taggart, they brought in Nova, and Nova told him, "No, you ain't playing for me."
well, I all I can sit there and say is, and they went through a coaching change last year. To sit there and say that you're going to change things totally around in one year is kind of unrealistic. You got to get these guys an opportunity to get these guys. Same thing going on in North Carolina with Bill Belichick, dog. I mean,
Oh my
Bill
God,
Bel Bill
that's a
Belichick
train.
has,
That's a train
yeah,
wreck.
but that's what you're hearing. But from what I'm hearing from people on the inside are saying that whatever you're hearing on the outside ain't true. That ain't what's going on the inside.
I tell you what, I
Um,
take his ass to Miami right now.
um, so, but he hasn't even had a recruiting class, one of his own. I mean, he came in, I think it was hired like in December or sometime um last year. He didn't even get a chance to get the people in his recruiting class to run his system, to have, people that he wants to be a part, that he wants to be a part of what he's trying to do there. And after 1 year, I think it's not even realistic, man. Like, you got to give these guys some time to get the right players in there. Now, if they can't after over a time because kids don't want to play for them, and yeah, I mean, but after 1 year, I don't think that's fair for Norvell, the coaching staff there. I don't think it's fair for Belichick on what he's going on over there. Florida, they've ran their course with Napier. I feel bad for Napier because I think that schedule that he's had the last 2 years was pretty tough. I think what really probably killed him was how the quarterback play was with Langley.
Langley
And,
sucked.
Well,
Langley looks just like Justin Fields to me.
Well, yeah, but at the end of last season, he was supposed to be the greatest thing on earth. Like, he was going to be, like, he was a 5-star coming in. Like, he was going to be that guy.
I'm pretty sure Justin Fields was too.
Well, Justin Fields went from Georgia to Ohio State to Georgia. One of those, I forget. Oh, he went from Georgia to Ohio State, right?
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
he did.
But so I don't know, man. I
know we need to wrap up like right now. So
it is. It's getting
yeah,
late.
it's time to wrap up. But I would love to see. I'm just going to throw this out there. I would love to see North Carolina coach. I just forgot his name. Belichick. Because Belichick is a hell of a business guy. The contract that he signed, he put a clause in that if he leave at any time, his son is the head coach. So
really?
I know. Yeah.
It's a
I
win-win.
didn't even know you could do that. I didn't know you could do that. Sign a contract like that.
You can if you're Belichick.
Well, I guess so, right?
And that hot 24-year-old wife that he got, or girlfriend, whoever the fuck she is, she'll love to be in Miami. We could use him. Fire damn McDaniels right now. Bring in Belichick, baby.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
But like I said, man, you got to give him an opportunity to bring his guys in there and give them opportunities. Napier, he had 3 or 4 years to get his guys in there. With what happened with Langley, I think, and we didn't even get to the NFL. We didn't get to basketball. We'll get to that next week, I guess.
My Heat is currently beating the Magic tonight, baby.
No, fuck that. Magic all the way.
The score right now is 23. The score is 23-19 Miami, but it's still 6 minutes to go in the first.
Magic all the way, huh? Magic all the way.
Orlando's going to the playoffs, and they may make a run to the finals.
I like I like Orlando. Orlando, my second team. I really do. I want to go to this game tonight, but because of my work schedule, I wasn't able to go to it. I really want to go to because the game is in Orlando. They're playing the Heat in Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando's going to be a fun team to watch. They're going to make a run. But we'll get into that next week.
Yes, sir. We'll get into a lot of things next week. We'll hit up the NBA. We'll hit up the NFL. Hopefully the Dolphins will win this Sunday.
They play in Atlanta. We lose.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
We freaking lose. We play in Atlanta.
Yeah. We lost to the Cleveland Browns. Who loses to the Cleveland Browns?
The Dolphins.
Yeah, that's it.
Tua was just throwing the ball. Literally, he was just throwing the ball. He wasn't throwing it. His time for him to go. But he would throw the ball in wouldn't be a Dolphin jersey within 20 yards. But last
time y'all won a playoff game, I was 25 years old.
This motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. You sent a text out to everybody. We all know about this. It's been 50 years, blah, 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 blah.
That motherfucker ain't been to a library since he was in high school, but he know all the history.
All right, boys, that's the end of our show. Let's go some final words here. What's going on, Wally? Final words.
I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I can't wait to man, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on this week. We'll get into it next week, but I appreciate everybody listening to, and everybody have a great weekend. Hopefully the weather will be good. Hell yeah. Keith, final words.
Hey man, I want to take this time. I have a very, very, very dear friend of mine that had a bad health scare yesterday. Just want to know, man, I hope you feel better. We love you. We praying for you, and hurry up and get back out that hospital. Tenfold.
All right, and I am JG.
Oh, his name is Sanchez. Anybody Sanchez? He know who he is. Not his real name, but everybody who know him know why we call him Sanchez.
All right, Sanchez, get better and get better fast. I am JG, and look, AWS didn't take us down. We got through the entire podcast. I know we had some technical difficulties. You had some internet issues, Keith. Wally had some, he's definitely have some issues over there with his camera, but they didn't take us down. You know why? Because we're the Florida Trash Talkers. We are the FLA Trash Talkers, and we make things happen.
All day, every day, baby.
Make sure to watch us, like, subscribe, hit that notification button, tell a friend, and that's it, boys. Let's get the hell out of here.
And that's it for today's episode of the FLA Trash Talkers. Thanks for hanging out with us today. If you had fun listening, we're doing something right. So make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and make sure to share the show with all your friends. New episodes are live every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on YouTube, and you don't want to miss the next show. You can watch all of our shows on YouTube. Just search for the FLA Trash Talkers Podcast. Until next Wednesday, the world is hectic, so don't take everything so seriously. Don't get so offended, and keep talking trash. We'll see you on the next episode.